Those people who encourage entrepreneurs to never give up, charlatans. The truth is, sometimes you need to give up. Knowing when to give up is genius. However, giving up is not the same as stopping. Never stop. Don't stop. Keep moving until you get there. Let people call you crazy. Let people call your idea crazy. But don't stop until you get there. And don't give too much thought to where there is. Whatever comes, don't stop. Don't stop. Even when the weather seems unfavorable, pain feels unbearable, don't stop. Those who care don't understand, and those who don't reprimand. Don't stop. Your head is unsure and your heart is filled with fear. Don't stop. Fear takes hold and the tears begin to roll. Don't stop. The system that is supposed to help you works against you. No hope becomes minus hope. Don't stop. The money disappears and the onlookers begin to jeer. Don't stop. Your legs feel heavier and your strides become shorter. Don't stop. You may have fallen more times than you can count and have been down so long you can't even remember what the dream was anymore. Still, I say to you, don't stop. Our world is governed by laws. If we are going to live a life of no excuses, become those high performers that God has created us to be, there is one unbreakable rule. Don't stop. Never stop. It was this mindset that helped me to prepare for, run, and finish the 2020 Lagos City Marathon. It's realizing that we are never out of the fight. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how far we fall, we are never out of the fight. It's great if you can fly, but run where you can't do that. Walk if you can't run. Crawl on all fours if you have to. But by all means, keep moving. Don't stop. I will never forget, while running the marathon, I came to the 8-kilometer mark and I met this Paralympian who was also running the race. Now, what you get to see on TV is this guy is using this wheelchair-like contraption, either this way or this way, to run the race. This guy wasn't using a wheelchair-like contraption. He was using, for lack of a better word, a Boris-like contraption to run 42 kilometers. The only way to move this Boris-like contraption is to use the palm like you would use a paddle in water to move the boat. He was using his hands like paddles to paddle the ground, and he was going to do this for 42 kilometers. I couldn't help but clap for him, and several onlookers clapped for him as well. When I got to the 30-something kilometer mark and I felt like my legs were too heavy and I couldn't go on, I thought about this guy and I said to myself, if this guy can do this, then you have absolutely no excuse. This guy is going to use his hands for 42 kilometers. You have absolutely no excuse. Don't stop. Keep moving. This is the mindset that we need to have if we are going to be those high performers that God has created us to be. If we are going to achieve those life-changing goals, those kind of goals that move our lives to a whole new level. Just when we feel we have done everything to achieve that goal, to remember that we actually haven't. When we feel or think that we have exhausted all options, that we haven't. When we get to that point where we feel like we have done everything that we know to do and don't know what to do anymore, let's simply do this. Do not stop. Never stop. The only reason for failure is to stop trying. It's not about him who starts. It's about the person who endures to the end that gets the prize. Staying with it, that's what is required. Stay with it till the end. You won't be sorry. You will be saved. Never stop. Don't stop. What do you have to say to someone who has the dream of becoming a world-class singer and it's so obvious has no singing talent? What do you say to someone whose childhood dream was to play as a striker for Real Madrid or Manchester United and who is 60 years old now? Is it true that we should never give up on any dream? I will allow Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, to answer that. He says, those people who encourage entrepreneurs to never give up, charlatans. The truth is, sometimes you need to give up. Knowing when to give up is genius. However, giving up is not the same as stopping. Never stop. Don't stop. Keep moving until you get there. Let people call you crazy. Let people call your idea crazy. But don't stop until you get there. And don't give too much thought to where there is. Whatever comes, don't stop. For most of us, the challenge is where there is. The challenge is the specifics. I believe it's all about creative expression. That should be our focus, to do the creative best that we can with our lives. When we realize that it's all about creative expression, doing the creative best that we can with our lives, we are not so bothered about the specifics. We are not so bothered about what title we need to give to ourselves. It's not like those things don't matter, but we don't lose sleep over them, because we understand this very important truth. Any step that we take, any movement that we make towards creative expression, towards becoming the very best version of ourselves, is progress on our journey towards high performance. To live a life of no excuses, a life where we go on to crush our goals, exceed limits, break barriers, and go on to be a pleasant surprise to not just the people around us, but to ourselves. It's helpful to remember that if we are not dead, we are not done. People will always tell you it's not that simple, but that's the way they get you to give up. They tell you it's not that simple. The truth is, it's that simple. Don't stop. Never stop. And to remember that everything will work out in the end. If it's not working out, then it's not the end.